How many of you guys are living in a major city in America and also own a house? I need to know. I need to know. And I want to know how you guys did it, because I think it's damn near impossible for the average American to do so. If you are in a similar situation as me, don't you feel like you're working so damn hard, but you still only have a little bit of money in the bank? It actually might not be a little bit of money, but it's actually a little bit compared to what you need to do with it, such as owning a house. Lucky for me, I've been blessed with my living situation while growing up, so that I am able to save my money for a time like this when I want to own my own house under my name. It's just very insane to me that I had to reflect a little bit in order to realize that not a lot of Americans are able to do what I am trying to do at the moment. And the process for house shopping started off extremely fun, but then it started tapering down and it became a disaster, full of headaches. But then I realized other things that I've done before also share a similar process. When you're trying to find a career, it's the same process. When you're trying to find a life partner, it's the same process. It's pretty much almost the same process as anything in life. And I'm gonna tell you guys what I've learned so far from my house shopping experience. And hopefully you guys can relate to what I'm saying and reflect a little bit on how you guys are dealing with life. So I learned, this is pretty obvious, but you must shop within your means. This is gonna be a huge commitment financially, so you must stay ready and be prepared for any hardships that come along. And it's insane because when you sign a contract to pay your mortgage, you are locking down from anywhere from 15 to 30 years of your life. And you are taking the chance that nothing in your career will happen and you will make enough money to pay off your loans responsibly. Unless you have help from other people or other sources, then this doesn't matter too much, but sometimes you can't even rely on that. You can also dream of a house that is out of reach, but you must be realistic. Sometimes it is good to have an idea of what type of house that you are looking for, but in your current situation, you might not be able to afford it, or there might be other factors that are blocking your way. Unless you come up with a mastermind plan where you can get funding from other sources as an investment from this property, then maybe you can go for it. But then again, something bad can go wrong down the line. And if you're willing to take that chance, or if you have a little bit of cushion financially, then maybe you can take the hit for half a year or a year or so, and then you'll be okay. I also learned that sometimes you will just be outclassed. And this already happened a few times for me, where I really wanted a house and it was almost damn near perfect. But the chances are, if you have a certain feeling about a house, other people will have that feeling as well. And the housing market is gonna go nuts. So you must accept it. There's a lot of competition out there, and sometimes you just can't beat them. So that's why you must work harder to be the best version of yourself. Sometimes motherfuckers will just come and pay in full, all cash, and you can't do nothing about it. And if you start a bid war, they're gonna one up you, and there's nothing you can really do. So just accept the loss, learn from it, and move on. All you can really do is just keep working hard and be patient. Keep your eye on the market, see what listings are available, and put your offers in. Opportunities also have a small window, so you must act quick. And this is very tough. Sometimes you want to wait it out a little bit to see how the competition is out there, or you also might have multiple houses that you like. So you must rank them in your mind and see which one you like the most, and then go from there. And lastly, you can get lucky. Timing plays a huge role, and currently it is the winter time, but for some damn reason, inventory is so low and a lot of people are trying to buy a house at this time. But this depends on the location that you live in. Competition can be slow, and you might only have to compete with a few offers, but you cannot count on this because you will not always be lucky. So make sure you stay prepared. Even if I don't find a house this year or next year, it is still not the end of the world. I mean, I did have an idea of renting a property, but that is absolutely not my top choice. I would try to avoid this as much as possible and maybe just buy a smaller property that you can live in the meantime, and you can slowly pay that off instead of paying a landlord and giving your rent money to them instead. So why not own a property and build that asset up, and you won't be losing money. In the future, you could either rent it out to other people, or you can sell it and buy a bigger house. And that ties in to the next idea of your first house doesn't have to be your last. Everyone should have an idea of what their dream house should be already. Do you think you can afford your dream house as a young adult? I would guess no, unless you are a minimalist and you don't care too much about your lifestyle, or you really just have a simple lifestyle. But if you do decide to just rent for the rest of your life, think of all the positives. At least you're not committed to a mortgage, and you can leave whenever you want. You can leave the state, you can leave the country, you can go wherever. And if your parents are still around, maybe they'll let you come back home and live with them if you're struggling. And one good thing about not owning a property is you don't have to pay property tax, which is actually a lot of money that you have to fork up annually. That's all I got so far. I've only been shopping on the market for about a month now, but it's been a crazy journey, and I don't even know what the future holds. It's a little scary, and it's also very exciting. But all I can really do now is just continue to work hard and keep grinding, and I have to be patient. And I know for sure that it's gonna be a magical feeling when I find the right house and I make it mine. Thank you so much if you guys made it here until the end. My name is Albert, and please help me by supporting the channel if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more content, because it will encourage me to go harder. I have one more question for you guys. Do you feel like the younger generation of young adults and kids actually even want to own a house? Is it even a priority in their life? I don't know. I consider myself a young adult, and it is a top priority for me. I will see you guys in the next one.